to win again.
Yeah, I mean, you've chronicled this for so... I mean, this is, you know, the behaviour of the left. It's just so intolerant. And that's what people are reacting to. And finally, you've got President Trump who kind of speaks up for them.
Well, when I was on the left, and of which I continue to try to make up for the last quarter of a century, is part of the theory was that we trusted that Republicans wouldn't push back, and it would make it easier to move through. But what I also realized as I began to make my move out was that liberals didn't have the answers if they were questioned. Is that we couldn't survive an actual debate and an actual confrontation. So you had to simply shut people down and eliminate the nature of their voice at all. Bonson's tweet also went on to say that the people who voted for Trump would regret choosing him as an antidote. The biggest mistake conservatives continue to make, I should say Republicans in particular, is to underestimate Donald Trump and by then proxy underestimate the American people. That's the problem here, is that we're reacting, that we're a reactive force, that there's no thought behind what we're doing. We're like a ball rolling down a hill and we can't stop. The fact is, we know what we're doing. We elected him not because of one thing, but because of a million things. And that is certainly the next generation, the future, and what he discussed. The fact that he's focused on accomplishing things as a man of action, that we actually, as we operate in our lives, you've got a budget, you've got a to-do list, you've got to get as much on that to-do list done because tomorrow's coming, and we could relate to him. So it's an insult to suggest that we're kind of zombies and we're kind of or like crows and there was a shiny thing and we're going to follow the shiny thing. No, it's deeper than that, and that's also why President Trump will win in 2020, because it is on the issues constantly underestimated and constantly underestimating the American people.
And Tommy, I mean, we were talking earlier about, you know, just the latest example, you know, the Nike business with the shoe. You can't have the American flag on the shoe. Just yet another example all the time of this kind of cultural imperialism, you know, from the left saying, no, we're right, you're wrong, forget about it.
Well, loving this country didn't used to be a partisan thing, but the left has chose to co-sign that proudly. And it makes it very easy for us, because if we have to say we're the party that loves the American flag and the American way of life, then I guess we'll take that, and President Trump should take that on as well. But to what you were saying, Tam, I think it's important that we don't make President Trump our messiah, but we look at him and say, this man did something fantastic, and then he needs to pass the torch along to someone else that's willing to do the same thing. We can never go back to a John McCain, Mitt Romney style of conservative again, because we will lose again. So
or even, to your point, going from a Reagan to Bush, is that there has to be someone who understands the nature of the Reformation.
Great point. By the way, I just want to re-emphasize something that's so brilliant. The left couldn't survive an actual debate. Tammy Bruce, very good. All right, why on earth is the federal government thinking of awarding a $10 billion bailout to Amazon's Jeff Bezos? We'll tell you next.